In today's video, in chapter 3 of Blossoms of the Savannah, still on characterization. If you haven't checked chapter 1 and chapter 2, click the link in the description box for more. If you are new here, please, s'il vous plaît, por favor, click to the subscribe button to support me. In chapter 3, we have 4 characters: Ole Kaelo, Mama Milanoi, and their 2 daughters, Taiyo and Resian. To start with Ole Kaelo, his first trait in the chapter is that he is responsible. And according to Mama Milanoi, Ole Kaelo had always been responsible. That is on page 28. The third paragraph, the last one. And true to her expectation, Ole Kaelo had always been responsible. Number 2, he is dependable. And in the text, we are told that Mama Milanoi had a childlike dependence on Ole Kaelo. Page 28 and 29. So we start with 28. At the bottom, the suitor happened to be a young man, reputed to be an upcoming businessman. Her parents were satisfied that their daughters would not only be in safe hands, but their grandchildren would have a dependable protector. And again on page 29, we are told that Mama Milanoi had a childlike dependence on Ole Kaelo. In the middle, she loved him too and had a childlike dependence on him. 11. Ole Kaelo loved Mama Milanoi, and although he scolded and bullied Mama Milanoi, she knew that he was a good man and a great provider. And even after all those years of marriage, that is 22 years, he still pampered her. Page 29, the second paragraph. And although over the years he had scolded and bullied her like a half-witted child, she knew he was a good man, a great provider, foresighted planner, and a man with a will to succeed in whatever he puts his mind on. She always knew that he loved her genuinely, for even after all those years of marriage, he still pampered her. He's also hardworking. Most of the time, Ole Kaelo was not in the homestead. He was in the shop working or taking care of other businesses. That is page 35, the last paragraph. Their father was out of the homestead most of the time, working at the shop and organizing other business matters. You can continue from there. Lastly, he is appreciative, and this is because he built a very beautiful home for his wife and daughters. And that is on page 30, paragraph Lanoyei Nanyor, and then I'm gonna read in the middle. This is the home that I have always dreamed I would one day build for you and my beloved daughters. Mama Milanoi, she is a traditionalist, and this is because she had undergone female genital mutilation. Page 29, the second paragraph. So, at 18, after undergoing the mandatory initiation rituals, she had married Parsimi Ole Kaelo, who was 24 years old. From that, she is loving. We told that her husband loved her, and she also loved her husband too. Page 29, still the same. She knew he was a good man, a great provider, a foresighted planner, and a man with a will to succeed in whatever he puts his mind on. She also knew that he loved her genuinely, for even after 22 years of marriage, he still pampered her. She loved him too and had a childlike dependence on him. She's prayerful. She's presented by the writer as being prayerful. When she went back to Nasila, because she did not have a son, she said that she'll join the other women in Nasila in their ancestral prayers to pray God to give her a baby son. Page 29 again. And now that she had gone back to the home of the gods of the hood, she was going to join the rest of Nasila women in their ancestral prayer, song and praise. Enkai Aomon Entomono, a prayer exhorting God to open women's wombs. And lastly, submissive. This is because she could not protect Resian from her father's provocation and intimidation. Page 3 for the last paragraph. And so, in the absence of their mother's protection, and in the face of their father's constant provocation and intimidation, Resian's dependence on Taiyo's strengthened. And Taiyo would have been irked by her sister, ever-present nagging complaints, had she not been so deeply aware of her never-ending unhappiness. So Mama Milanoi could not protect Resian from her father, because the husband, whatever the husband has to say or do, the wife cannot go against it. She has to submit. Taiyo, first rate, she's hardworking because she was busy arranging items in their rooms while Resian was reading a book. Page 32, up there. Taiyo removed her cardigan and immediately swung into action. She loosened the ropes and tied curtains, emptied their contents onto the floor and sorted them. And continue there, you'll read. You'll see her hardworking nature. She is dependable, and in chapter 3 we can see that Resian depended on Taiyo to talk to their father to persuade him to allow them to go to the Egerton University. And again on page 34 we can see that, page 34, the last paragraph. And so, in the absence of their mother's protection and in the face of their father's constant provocation and intimidation, Resian's dependence on Taiyo strengthened. She is affectionate because she loved her sister and comforts her when she is sad. Page 34. Hush, little sister, please don't cry, Taiyo called soothingly, as if singing a lullaby to a crying baby. Your big sister will make sure that no harm comes your way and that you'll get what you yearn for. Just wait for it. And they were talking there in page 33 about joining the Egerton University. Lastly, she is protective. She protected her sister from bullies when they were in the primary school. That is on page 34 again. When they went to primary school, Resian clung to her for protection from bigger girls who wanted to bully her. And in their growing years, even at secondary school, Taiyo always sensed her sister's yearning. Resian, one, she is pessimistic, and that's 2:9 according to Mama Milanoi. The last paragraph, that made her happy. She was even happier to see Resian, who was often a pessimist, looking exuberant that afternoon. She was always a pessimist, but that day she was happy because she saw their beautiful home, magnificent home. She's lazy. You can say she's lazy because when Taiyo was busy arranging their room, she was busy reading a book. You can do your part now, I'll do mine tomorrow. That is again on page 32. Surely, Resian, she complained to her sharply, is this the time to read a book with all this mess around? Do your bit now and I'll do mine tomorrow, Resian replied with nonchalant carelessness. So that is it. But in case you have any other trait, still can be right, provided you support it with evidence from the book. And that brings us to the end of this lesson. Thank you so much for watching. If this video has been helpful to you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. For now, bye bye. I'll see you next time.